Hey there, my name's Todd. I'm a big-time fancy pants motorcycle YouTube guy. If you haven't seen any of my videos, go check them out. This is like video number 80, maybe 81. I've been doing this for 6 months, 6 months or more. I'm big time. Actually, I'm a little tiny, eensy teensy. Nobody knows who I am except my loyal, wonderful followers that watch all my videos. So anyway, I'm a little guy, okay? But I am having a good time making these videos. And since I've started this little motorcycle YouTube channel, I talk about it. I talk to my friends. I talk to those that are around me. I talk about my channel. I say, hey, I got a motorcycle channel. You should check it out. So that being said, I get asked questions. I get asked questions mostly by new riders or people that don't know anything about motorcycles on kind of where I started, how I've got my journey going, and where to start, okay? So that's what these are going to be, or that's what this video is going to be about. I can't talk. This video is going to be about the questions I get asked the most about motorcycles and how to start. First question I get asked is, how do I start? How do I get my motorcycle license? And that's going to vary from state to state, but most states offer a course, okay, that you can take in lieu of going to the DMV and taking a skills riding test and riding in front of an instructor, okay? So the first step is you need to go online to your state, check out the resources they have for the study guide, okay, to get your license. Take the study guide, usually it's online, and then you're going to take a written test at the DMV. They're going to issue you a permit. That permit here in North Carolina is going to gain you maybe a year of experience. You can go ride on that permit. There's some rules, some caveats. Can't have a passenger. There's some rules. Check your state. State by state, it's going to have different rules on the, stipulations of riding your motorcycle. But here in North Carolina, it's pretty loosey-goosey. So you can just get on your motorcycle, ride, gain some experience, and then what you can do is go back to the DMV and whenever you feel ready, and they're going to have an inspector guy who's going to get his little clipboard out and he's going to ride on it and he's going to watch you ride around and ask you to do all kinds of things. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend taking what they call an MSF course, and that stands for Motorcycle Safety Foundation, okay? It's a basic course. Now, it's not a training course. It's the basics. It's going to start you out on just getting your license, okay? Don't think that you can just go take that course and go and buy a bike and Bob's your uncle and you're the greatest, okay? It's just the basics. It's going to teach you traffic. It's going to teach you ways to kind of move through traffic, what to look for, your vision, and some basic riding patterns and some skills to make sure that you're not going to go out and kill yourself. Don't go out and kill yourself. Okay, so go take one of those courses. Most states are going to not require, but accept that if you go to one of these courses and you take that class and they sign you off, at the end of that class, you're going to have their little clipboard, but it's going to be a lot less pressure, okay? You're going to be fresh. You're going to be having the experience. You're going to have a couple of days of riding with like-minded people. It's a lot of fun. Go take one of those classes. They're going to sign you off. They're going to give you a certificate. You can take that to the DMV. Give that to the DMV. They're going to issue your license. So I recommend that. Now, that's just the basics. That's a starting point, a jumping off point, okay? So that's the first question I get asked the most is, how do I start? How do I get my license? Okay. So that's question number one, basically. Okay. So question number two that I always get asked is, what size bike do I buy? How do I start? What size bike do I buy? Well, you've seen some of my other videos. And if you haven't seen some of my videos, go check out my other videos. I've got some videos where I talk about bike sizes, bike choices, and my mistakes that I've made along the way about bikes, okay? And I'm not going to get into the weeds about that, but go check out some of my other videos and you're going to get some more experience. But what size? Start small. Start small. Don't think you're just going to go take that basic class, get your license, and then I don't recommend, yes, somebody can do it, I don't recommend going buying a giant bike with huge horsepower and going out and hitting the streets, okay? I'm dirt oriented, so I think that's a good thing, okay? So I can go buy a dirt bike, buy a small dirt bike. My wife took the class, okay, because she wanted to go ride with me, and I was going on some fun rides, and she's like, I like to ride with you. So she went and took a class, and by mistake, this is my mistake, I bought her the wrong bike, okay? I bought her not a big bike, but it was an adventure bike, but it was too big for her. And she was scared of it. She didn't like riding it. She was scared of it. She wanted to like to ride it, but she was scared of it. And so she had just the basic skills, and it was too much bike for her. So for about 2 years, she didn't ride much of that bike at all, okay? She didn't want to ride it. So what I did is I was sad that she didn't want to ride. I went out and I bought her a Honda 125 dirt bike. Well, she gets on that little 125 dirt bike. She's not intimidated by it. She goes out and rides it like a maniac. She just learned the skills. She had the skills. She was intimidated by the size of the bike. Now she loves to go out and ride. She loves dirt more than she likes the street, because out in the dirt, she doesn't feel like she's going to get run over by a car or have an accident, and we're going slower speeds, and she just really is comfortable on that little bike. But she develops some skills. So whether you're riding dirt or you're riding street, start out on a small bike. Most of these manufacturers will make you a small displacement bike. Whether you like a cruiser, they make a Honda makes a great starter bike. I think it's a Rebel 250. It's a great little bike, okay? You can find these used for not much money. Don't go out and spend a lot of money on a bike, okay? Start out on a bike because you're probably gonna upgrade bigger as you go and learn skills. So start out something small and you're gonna work up. So whether you do that, even if you want a sport bike, Kawasaki makes a Ninja 300. Looks cool, if that's your jam, but it looks cool. Doesn't have a lot of power, and it's not gonna get you in trouble. So I say start out small, develop your skills, and work up as you go, and you're gonna have a lot better experience learning how to ride, and you're gonna have way more fun. And that's what we do this for, right? We do it for fun. So let's move on to question number 3. So question number 3 I always get asked is motorcycles harder to ride than a car or drive than a car? Of course they are. They're motorcycles. They're motorcycles. They're harder than a car. Why are they harder than a car? You got more things going on, okay? On a car, you pretty much got a gas and a brake. Most cars now are automatics. I don't think too many people even know how to drive an automatic or a standard transmission. I grew up on a standard transmission. My car was a Datsun. My first car that I got in high school was a Datsun, 1975 Datsun 280Z with a 4-speed manual. That car was cool. Trust me, I was a cool kid at my school because I had that cool car with a standard transmission, little 2-seater. Trust me, the chicks kind of dug it. They dig that car, okay? It's not what I hear. That's not what we're here to talk about is my cool car, but it was a standard transmission, and not a lot of people even know how to drive a standard, okay? So now we're kind of used to these automatics. You just get in, put it in gear, give it some gas, and there's gas brake. With a motorcycle, you even add a couple more functions onto that. You've got a brake, clutch, brake, and you run it with your feet. Your rear brake's on your foot, and your shifting is on your other foot, okay? So there's a lot of stuff going on. You're gonna learn the basics in the class, but it's gonna take a little bit of time to develop those skills and to work all those things together. Practice makes perfect, and you're going to improve as you go. But yes, bottom line is, riding a dirt bike or any motorcycle is harder than driving a car. It takes a little more skill, and I recommend getting some experience, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, but yes, it's harder. That's question number 3. See, we're moving through these pretty fast. We're gonna go right on to number 4. Number 4 is, how long does it take to learn to ride a bike? Okay, well, just depends. Just like anything in life, how long does it take you to do it? It depends on how much time you spend doing it, okay? If you, like my wife, she started riding bikes a few years ago, and it took her a while because why? She started out on the wrong bike. My fault. I wanted her to get on and go on some crazy adventures with me right off the bat. That was my mistake, and I'm really, truly sorry that I went about it that way, okay? But we've got past that, and we're moving on. Just like anything else, riding takes practice to develop your skills and to get comfortable, okay? The more you ride, the better you're gonna be. I'm a dirt bike rider. I do a lot of, road bike stuff, but I'm mainly like adventure stuff. I like getting off in the woods, and I'm no pro rider by no means. And in order to get better, I ride every day. That's my goal, is to ride every day. And how do I do that? How have I gone about that? I've actually, here on my North 40, have built an enduro cross track. You guys have kind of seen me talk about it and a few things that I've done. I've got it about 90% complete, and I've put out some obstacles out there. I got some tires that you ride over, some jumps, some big logs. I actually took telephone poles and laid them out there, and you hop over them. That's really making me improve my skills, and I try to ride that every day. Now, some of us don't have the opportunity to ride every day, so you ride as much as you can. If it's what your passion is and you want to get better at it, ride more, and you're going to get better. So that question is kind of a silly question. Just like anything we want to do or develop, or any skill that we want to get better at, the more we do it, the more we practice it, the more we develop our skills, the better we're going to be. So my advice is ride dirt bikes every day, ride motorcycles every day, and you're going to get better fast, and you're going to have fun. And we're all about fun. We're all about fun. So moving on to question number 5, kind of goes hand in hand with the rest of these, okay? And this kind of goes in with the motorcycle safety course, okay? Most people say, should I take that course? Yes, of course you should take it. Take the course. Don't just stop at that course, okay? There's other courses that you can go that are more advanced. You can go to the basic course. Most places you live at are going to have courses around. I live next to a motocross track over here called MCNP, and they offer classes over there for motocross training, from the basics all the way up to the advanced, okay? There's adventure guys out here like Brett Tracks. There's Adventure E-Rag up in, or Traction E-Rag, not Adventure. There's Traction E-Rag that I really want to go to up in Canada, and it's basically start out from beginning off-road up to some gnarly off-road stuff. I'm not there yet. I want to start out on the little bikes and grow up. So anyway, they actually ride the same bike that I ride in the dirt. So I think that would be a good place to start. But yes, go take some classes, whether it's street riding, whether it's off-road riding, whether it's motocross, whether you're, no matter what age, go get some training. It's going to just make you a better rider. We're all about safety. Safety is a big thing. That's why my wife didn't like to ride. She didn't feel safe. But get the right gear and be safe. Gear's a big thing. You've heard me talk about it. I've got other videos talking about some gear. Well, that's really not what the video is about. But the biggest thing is should I go take a class? Definitely go take the first basic class and learn the basics, okay? Then depending on what style of riding you want to go do some research, find some classes out there that's going to make you better and make you feel more comfortable, and get out there and ride. That's what we do this for. I'm a motorcycle guy. I'm not a big fancy pants motorcycle guy. I'm a little guy that just flat enjoys motorcycles, and I want to share my passion. That's what I do this for. I'm excited about it. There's just so much that I love that I just want you guys to share and enjoy. So if this is that kind of stuff and you like it, please like and subscribe. Go watch my other videos. Tell your friends. You know all the things to do, but I love this, and I love making these videos. So hope you like watching them as much as I like making them. Let's have a great year, and we're going to get into it on the next one. More stuff, more fun, and there'll be more stuff down the road as we go. So let's just keep going. Have a good one.